Keep me where the stars are found. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now.
Alright, so first I'm going to show you guys the cleaning process and the best way I found to clean my lashes without damaging them. So these are just some cocoa lashes in the style Amore, and these ones are kind of already on their way out, but I'm still going to show you guys how I clean them. So first what I'm going to grab is just a little bit of toilet paper. You don't have to use toilet paper, you can just use like, I don't know, a napkin or paper towel or something. But I just find it easier considering I'm in the bathroom to just use toilet paper. It's the quickest, I don't have to run and go get paper towel or anything. So I'm going to take my lashes and just place them down. Oops. Place them down onto the toilet paper. And they are all full of glue and mascara and glitter. I just took these off last night and I was too lazy to clean them when I got home. So I figured I'd make a video on it in the morning. But anyways guys, the first thing I'm going to take is some Q-tips. So I usually just grab 2, and then I'm going to grab a bottle of rubbing alcohol. So instead of soaking your lashes in water, which is what I used to do, which was a big mistake, I used to soak them in water and soap in the sink to help loosen up the glue, but obviously that damaged them a lot quicker. So I ended up finding out that when I use alcohol, it doesn't damage the lashes and it just loosens up the glue and also disinfects them at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is just take a bit of this alcohol on my Q-tip, and then I just kind of, if you guys can see, I just kind of swirl it around at the cap just to get off any excess, because you don't want too much, you don't want it to be like dripping all over the place. But then I just take that Q-tip and right along the band of the lash here, I'm just going to, I hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just going to kind of loosen up the glue all on the bands. And this is also taking off any liner that might have gotten on the band or mascara. As you can see, there is some coming, well, hopefully you guys can see, there is some coming off there. But then what I'm going to do after I see that there's less and less coming off of this side of the band, I'm going to flip the lash over and then clean the other side as well. Alright, that's pretty much clean. Once you see that there's not much more coming off onto the toilet paper or paper towel, whatever you're using, that's when you know you're good. So then what I'm going to do is just take some tweezers. Now, you don't have to use tweezers if you don't want. You can actually just use your finger, which I recommend if you're more of a beginner at doing this, because it's definitely better to just get any excess off, but yeah, that's about it. So hopefully you guys can see here. So I'm literally just gently peeling off any of the glue that's on there, any excess glue. Now with these, I want to be really careful because the lash band is already worn. See, with tweezers I got a little bit of glue. There's not too much glue on these because I think most of it got stuck into my eyelashes. So as you can see, the band can get very loose, like you see right here. That is because these lashes are worn out a lot, and sometimes you'll notice, like when you're trying to get the glue off, you might accidentally peel the band, so like a whole little string will just come off, which it won't completely damage the lash, but it will just make it more, like, I guess, brittle. Like, see, it's a lot more bendy, and for me that makes it actually harder to apply on my eye when it's more like brittle, because I don't know, I feel like it just doesn't form to my eye correctly or something. I prefer when the band is more thick. Anyways, I'd say this lash is pretty much clean, like the band is pretty much clean. There's really no excess glue left on it. If there is tiny bits of glue that you can't get off, like I said, just leave it. It's better that you just leave it alone, because trust me, I've tried to go overboard with it and I ended up ruining my lash. So it's really not a big deal. If anything, it'll just help the lash stick better the next time you go to apply it. But anyways, I'm just gonna go in with the other side of the Q-tip I just used, and I'm gonna dip that in alcohol and then do the same exact thing. Alright, now as you can see, I've got a lot of glue off of both of the lashes here, and they're pretty much all free of glue. So now I'm going to move on to getting the mascara out of the actual lashes and also some of the glitter. Now it's impossible really to get all of the glitter out of your lashes if you wear glitter eyeshadow or whatever, so it's best to not like try really hard once again to get the glitter out, because that also is gonna leave more of a risk of you damaging your lashes. Most of the time no one's gonna notice if you have any glitter in your lashes or like on the band or whatever, especially if they're as dramatic as these ones. It's really just hard to see and not too visible when you actually have it on your eye. But anyways, what I'm gonna do is just fold this over so it's a whole new clean piece, or you could just get a new piece, but this is usually just what I do, especially if I'm in a rush. I just fold it over and place them back on. And now I'm just going to take my second Q-tip, and I'm also going to dip that in some rubbing alcohol. Then I'm just going to take one of the lashes and I'm just going to hold it with my fingertips by the two corners, or however you want to hold it. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure you have it sturdy and placed down. So I usually just take one fingertip and put it on the outer corner and one on the inner corner, and then I'm just going to carefully run my Q-tip through all of the lashes. So this is just going to help to get any excess mascara out or glitter or whatever, or excess glue that might have gotten stuck in the lashes. Sometimes when you're doing that, it'll get stuck to the toilet paper, so you just want to keep kind of moving it around. And once you see that nothing's starting to come off anymore, like there's some mascara leftover residue right there, you're gonna flip it over and do the other side. You really want to make sure you're being careful when you're doing this, because trust me, I have accidentally gone too quick or done it too hard and ended up ripping my eyelash, which really sucks, especially if they're, you know, kind of pricey. Alright, so really no more excess is coming off, so this lash is deemed as clean. And now I'm just going to do the same thing to the other lash, so I'm going to grab my rubbing alcohol and use the other side of the Q-tip, and I'm going to do the same thing. Hold it outer corner, inner corner, or whoops, this is the inner corner here. Inner corner, outer corner, whatever way, it doesn't matter. And just gonna gently run the Q-tip through the lashes again. Doesn't seem to be too much mascara on these. Alright, these are actually pretty much clean already. There wasn't really any excess mascara in these, so that's pretty nice because it takes me less time to clean them. Anyways, guys, I'm just gonna grab the box. Where's the box? Oh, it's over here. Whoops. I'm actually just gonna take a little bit of that excess rubbing alcohol and just kind of clean around the box, because sometimes it gets dirty, like if you don't clean your lashes but you just put them back in the box that night and then the next morning you take them out. Sometimes see like a little bit of glue will collect on here or some excess mascara, so you just want it to be kind of disinfected and clean. Alright, and now I can take and put my lashes back in. Now as they're getting older, they might not stick as well, but you still want to try to just kind of, oops, see, they're not sticking. But it's still good to just keep them in their case. That way, like, no dust or whatever collects onto them. You don't want to just leave them out, like, on your dresser, like I do sometimes when I'm really tired. Unless you're planning on cleaning them. But you never want to just leave them out all the time, because that's a good way for bacteria to grow. Keep them in their case. And then, oh, I put those in the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Alright, just put them back in their little box and seal it. Alright, oh, this box does not want to seal either. There we go. Pretty much. There. Alright, good enough. Alright, and there you go. Those are your clean lashes ready to be worn again. So now I'm going to show you guys how to apply them right now.
Alright, so I already have the rest of my makeup done, which feels kind of weird because I usually do my lashes before I do like the bottom part of my eyes. So it feels kind of weird to have like mascara and everything on my bottom lashes before I have my lashes on. I don't know, that's just the way I do it. That's like my routine. But I figured I would finish my entire face before filming this and showing you guys how I apply my lashes, so yeah. But anyways, I'm going to be taking the lashes that I just showed you how to clean earlier, and I'm going to apply those. And I'm hoping this will help you guys to kind of get the technique of how to apply them. It definitely takes a lot of practice for sure. Once you get the hang of it and you get down the right technique and the right hand placements and everything, it ends up being like really easy and really quick and simple. But when you're first starting out, it's really hard, trust me, to apply them. When I first started out, it was really difficult for me. It was always like the biggest struggle of my makeup routine, and sometimes I almost didn't want to wear them because I was like, ugh, not this again. But I promise you, when you practice and practice, and when you do it more and more, it ends up becoming a lot easier. You'll end up getting a hang of like the techniques better, and like the hand placements you should have, and which angles you should be looking in the mirror, and all that stuff. So today I'm just going to show you guys the best tricks of how to apply your lashes, how you should be angling your face, how you should be holding the tweezers, etc, etc. So I'm going to start off by taking my first lash, so I have it in hand right here, and I'm going to be taking some duo glue. This is my absolute favorite glue. It's really the only glue that I actually like. I don't know, I feel like it works the best out of all the other glues I've tried. So I use the dark tone one. It doesn't really matter what you use, I just prefer the dark tone one, I guess, but the white glue works fine too because it dries down clear anyways. One of the tricks is you want to take a very slight amount of glue. You don't want to put too much, because when you put too much, it takes longer to dry, and then it's going to slide all around when you try to apply it on your eye. So you want to just do like an even coat all along the lash band. If you apply too much in one area, you can just kind of slide it along the entire band, that way it's more evened out. And then once you do that, you want to just apply a tiny bit extra onto the inner and outer corners, because those are the areas that tend to like unstick. And once you have a thin layer of glue applied to the band, you want to let it dry for at least 30 seconds. So like the dark tone glue, it will start to turn a little bit darker. When you apply it, it's kind of like a light gray, And once you see that it starts to get a little bit darker, that's when you know that the glue is tacky enough to apply it to your eye, so it's not going to be sliding around like I said. So you want to just kind of wave it around, count 30 seconds. If it's still not dry enough, just wait a little bit longer. You always want to make sure, that's one of the biggest tricks and tips of putting on lashes, is to make sure that the glue is tacky enough before you apply it. It's going to make it way easier, I promise you. I used to apply them when it wasn't dry enough and it was a mess, trust me. Now you can blow on them if you want to. A lot of people do that. I definitely have done that because it kind of speeds up the process of the drying if you're in a rush, but it's not the best thing to do because when you blow on it, you're kind of transferring bacteria onto the lashes and then you're putting that on your eye, so it's not the cleanest thing to do, but I mean, I get why people do it. I've done it myself, so. But it's definitely better to just kind of let it air dry and be patient. Alright, so now the glue, I can tell, is looking dry enough. It's darkened up a bit. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the glue has definitely gone a little bit darker, so that's how you know that it's dry and ready to apply. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some tweezers. You can get lash tweezers, by the way, like at any drugstore really, or anywhere. Even sometimes they even come with your lashes. I've never actually tried those. I usually just use some normal tweezers, but I do know that the other ones can be a little bit easier to use. So I'm going to take and just grab them right in the center, as close to the lash line as possible without getting glue on your tweezers. If you get glue on your tweezers, then it's like your tweezers stick and then you're just like pulling the lash up off of your eye again and it's just a pain. You want to kind of make sure you're grabbing it right at the center, really close, but not touching the glue. And you're going to look down in your mirror. So I have my mirror right here and I'm going to look straight down. I'm going to kind of raise my eyebrows a bit, that's just what I do, just so I can see a little bit better. And I'm going to make sure my chin is angled upwards and that I'm looking literally straight down into my mirror. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to raise this. This is so hard to explain while I'm doing it, but you're going to raise the tweezer kind of at a slant above your eye, and you're going to make sure you're going to slowly go down right where your lashes are, and you want to put them as close to your lashes as possible, your natural lashes, but not like on top of them to where the glue is getting all stuck in them, because then that can make it uncomfortable when you're wearing it throughout the day, and it will rip out your lashes when you're taking it off. So you want to be as close as possible but not on top of them, and you're just going to slowly place it right down like that and hold it there for a few seconds like that. And then you're going to take your tweezer and you're going to do the inner corner and start pressing that down really gently. Sometimes it won't stick very well, but you can always add a little bit of extra glue. And then you're going to do your outer corner as well. And press that down. And then you're going to kind of, once you know that everything is stuck down well enough, you're going to press your big, oh my gosh, this inner corner doesn't want to stay. See, I still have trouble sometimes. It's just because there's not enough glue there. But once you know that everything is dried down enough, you're just going to take and use your tweezers to gently kind of squeeze your natural and false lashes together. Kind of just press them together. That'll just ensure that it's going to stick as long as possible and it's not going to budge. So you want to be careful not to pinch your eyelid, of course. But there you have it. That is on, and then I just kind of usually go like this just to kind of push them up a little bit so they're a little more long and, you know, they don't look like they're coming straight down. Alright, and that's basically it. What you can do also, if you want to make sure that there's no like white or gap showing between your falsies and your eyeliner and your natural lashes, you can just take a tiny bit of like black eyeliner, pencil, or crayon liner, and just kind of line your waterline, your upper waterline. just to make sure that there's no gaps. And then once the glue is fully dry and your eyelash is not budging or moving anywhere, I'm going to take some mascara and just lightly add some where my natural lashes are to kind of blend them in with the fake lashes. And there you have it. So now I'm just gonna do the other eye. I'm gonna speed it up and do the same exact process. You guys already saw the process, so there's no need for me to repeat it. So I'm just gonna speed it up so you guys can kind of watch if you want to. Alright guys, and that's all there is to it. Both lashes are on and have been on for hours now. I actually am filming this outro hours later because I had to leave for work. So yeah, obviously they've stayed on my eyes pretty well. They haven't budged from my outer or inner corners at all, and I've been working outside for the past like 6 hours. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys if you're beginners at this, or if you're struggling to be able to apply your lashes properly, or if you didn't know maybe how to clean them the right way or in ways that won't damage them. So I'm hoping that you guys learned something from this video today and that it was helpful to you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell if you want to be notified of any upcoming videos of mine. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna do this just for the video because I'm tired and I have to go to bed anyways. So, and that's how you take off your lashes. Bye.